After attending a pre-rift event over the weekend, I lucked into receiving an additional pre-rift kit. So how about we crack this thing open and build a sealed deck together? Welcome to Runeterra Tourist. I'm Patrick. Today we're doing something a little different. We're cracking open a sealed pre-rift kit and building a deck together. So far I've participated in 2 pre-rift events, and by the time this video releases I'll have participated in a 3rd, and I've got 2 more later on this week. Look, I'm hooked, okay? Just give me a break. But I figured I'd take what I learned from my recent pre-rift experiences and build a sealed deck with you all. Just also really want to crack this thing open since I got it, so let's see what the cards deal us. In the 2 events that I've already participated in, I got Jin, both times. But interestingly enough, if you skip the cost 4 spells thing and kind of just use his seeded pack, it's really strong. A lot of the cards that it comes with are very, very good, especially in the limited format. So I kind of just focused on that and didn't really try hard to activate the legend ability. In one instance, I ended up pulling 2 gens, one from the seeded pack and one from a booster. So I did it so that I didn't have a chosen champion in that spot, drawing an extra card, and that was immensely helpful. Ended up going 2-1 on a day, faced a Master Yi deck, which was really, really strong. It seems like Master Yi is great in this limited format. XP seems to be a really valuable resource, mechanism, whatever you want to call it. I've faced nothing but Dianas and Master Yis so far. I participated in these events with friends, and in the first one, he had a Diana, and then in the other one, he pulled Vi. Vi still seems okay. I think a lot of the red tech and some of the yellow make her viable, pun intended, sorry. But if you end up ignoring her legend ability and trying to focus on hitting that 3 might overage, she's still very strong. I think it's mostly because of her chosen champion. I can't believe that that's just there in the seeded pack. It's really good. And then Diana seems tricky to navigate. I've beaten every Diana deck that I've played against. I think it's just because of the packs are seeded pretty awkwardly, and it's really tricky to use that mechanism effectively. And then I've not seen Kha'Zix yet. I think he's probably just too difficult to pilot, so people tend to stay away, and if they get another legend, then they'll just go with that. Ivern, I've only seen a minimal number of times. He seems pretty good though, so I'm actually very impressed with his seeded pack. I think he's not going to be just good and limited, but he might stand a chance if people build the right deck around him. So be on the lookout for Ivern. There you go. It's been said here. But all right, enough rambling. Let's crack this thing open. All right, bear with me. I'm trying to get used to this adjustment, but it looks like, I'm able to see everything. Hopefully you guys are able to as well. All right, here we go. So I've had Jin twice. Hopefully I can get a non-Jin. What typically comes in these boxes, if you haven't watched my previous video, is you'll see a 1-seeded pack, which will have one of the 6 legends in it. So you get Diana, Kha'Zix, Master Yi, Vi, Ivern, and Jin. And so, boy, that took me a while. And then there's going to be 5 other packs in here, and you get a promo of the Ash, which we can't use. It'll say pre-release on it. Can't be used, but this is the only way you can get this pre-release card. It's still a pretty strong card though. I'm gonna set it off camera since we can't use it anyway. All right, what do we got? So I've had 2 Jins. Let's see if I get another one. All right, we got Kha'Zix. That's an interesting one. I have not seen him played. I feel like his seeded pack is going to be questionable. There are not a lot of good strong cards in it. The XP thing is really good in Master Yi, but looking at his stuff, so yeah, oh good. I gotta get used to the camera angle, so I apologize. So we've got him. As a reminder of what he does, let me see if I can show it here for you guys. Yeah, so winning a combat gains XP. He's a spendy XP person, so you exhaust him to buff a unit for 1 XP and 2 XP, move an exhausted friendly unit from a battlefield to its base. So you're going to effectively move in, move out with him. Pretty good champion unit though, so not too bad. I wish it wasn't the 1 power cost there, but something to consider. So we've got the Insightful Investigator, not too bad. Crowd Favorite, fine. What I tend to do is sort them out as I'm going through it. Scryer's Bloom's okay. Call to Battle's okay. I mean, you know, especially in a Kazakh one where you're moving a unit to control the battlefield, to a battlefield you control, and then choose an opponent. They move a unit. So they're going to probably move in like their good unit. So it's a little questionable. This card's been performing really well. Even in one of the Jin decks, I did orange and it worked out really nicely. So no matter what, I'm probably going to play that card. Very easy to trigger. When you play me, draw 1 if other units have a total of might 5 or more. Very easy to trigger. So I like that one. Isolate's not too bad. I have not played with many purple cards because of the Jin, but this one's pretty good, just given that you can move an enemy unit. And then this one's been played against me a lot, actually, and it's pretty good. Megatox, this might be a good bomb. So what I'm doing also is I'm sorting them into cards that I think are going to be viable in my build. So this one might not be too bad either. Another friendly unit dies, gain an XP. Kind of possible. If we get some temporary stuff, then I'll probably do that. So yeah, I'm sorting it in, like, these are the cards that I kind of want to play, and then the ones in the back, you know, I could do without. Hunter's Machete, that's good. That one's been used against me a lot. Grim Resolve, also really good. Just giving a friendly unit +3 and then getting 2 XP. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, that's conditional, but I mean, if you're buffing something +3, it's pretty easy to trigger. Mr. Root, it's not a good 2-drop, so we're going to move that one. This one, the Demacian Diplomat, if we need a 2-drop, so we're going to just kind of sneak that one in the back here. Okay, so that's fine. The one thing that is really weird, Ripper's Bay is the chosen battlefield here. When a unit here is returned to hand, like, that's not really what he is doing. So that's going to be a blank battlefield, I think. All right, now for the big stuff. Let's see what these packs give us. No Amy's big money. This is also fun. You're going to watch me completely butcher opening these packs. I apologize in advance. My dog is already walking away from me in shame. Okay, so Monch, not bad. For green, let's see. This card has put in work for me. The Dramatic Visionary. Nice little death knell, getting to predict 2. Pretty good closer for my Jin decks. Another one. Okay, see, now we're in good shape here. Being on the draw here with the Kinku Initiate, that's gonna be nice. Crescent Guardian's fine. Heroic Charge, this is pretty great too. Being able to give 1 and stun. My buddy who played Vi, that card put in a lot of good work. That's just good in general. I think that's going to be really great and limited. All right, Tyrant Combatant, not too bad. But Shield, not too bad. We're kind of a more aggressive deck. Shadow Recall is not too bad, especially if you got some temporary stuff or some small weenies that you don't mind killing, but being able to draw 2, so we're going to keep that in mind. A little Vaults of Helia. So holding, not really what we're doing, so we're going to just kind of sneak that one here. Gus Walker, that's a shame. I mean, it's got the level stuff, and ganking. We'll consider it. I mean, it's a 3-drop. All right, so now we've got Syndra Transcendent. That's not bad. Showdown, supposed to have repeat. All right, kind of not what we're doing right now, but we'll keep in mind. Yumi, that's disappointing. But look at, oh my God, Streamer's Luck. Am I right? We got a Baron Nashor, boys and girls. Hilarious. All right, I didn't intend on that, but here we go. So for those who don't know, as you play it, you get a Baron Pit battlefield. So it's a 3rd battle pit. And then he enters there. Cannot be chosen by enemy units or spells or abilities. Other friendly units get +2. Hilarious. That's really funny. Also funny is that I didn't get the token for his battlefield yet. I did in another pack, but okay, so we're just going to place that down here. That's hilarious. Oh, sorry, Yumi. You exist too. Okay, well, That's so funny. I was like, all right, we'll see what I get in this box. You know, maybe I pull something for stream. It's okay. I pulled a Baron Nashor. That's great. Let's see, we got Mutated Mouser. That's not too bad. That's a pretty good 2-drop just because of the shield and tank. More of a defensive unit, but not too bad. Fate Weaver was whatever for me. Because you look at the top 4 and the spell has to have energy cost of 4 or more to draw it, boy, I missed a lot more than hit on that one. And you end up with these situations where you draw all these cards that are really excellent and then you have to recycle them because they're not spells. Or you, like this case, you get a spell that's a 2 cost and so you have to discard it or recycle it. That's just brutal. But yeah, Smite's not bad. This one, I mean, so we're kind of leaning a little yellow here because this is the gain XP for each friendly unit. I mean, that's put in some work too. That could be a good closer. There we go. All right, Voracious Gromp. This thing decimated me in Limited. This guy loaded it up with a bunch of attachments and just smoked me. It was really bad. It was like an Ornn thing. Yeah, Evershade Stalker. That's okay. It helps you seed your deck a little bit. Excellent for our. So I think we're already leaning towards yellow here. This one, it pays for itself because when you play it, you gain an XP and you have to spend an XP to equip it. So basically a free equip. That's, I mean, already I'm thinking we're leaning yellow. Crescent Strike's pretty reasonable, dealing 4 and then pick him off. And look at that, we got a Repulse. This is excellent. Nice little counter spell. Oh man, all right, not too bad. Frozen Fortress, so dealing 1 to each. This is a little bit more of a defensive one, something that you're kind of like leaving out there so that they kind of avoid it and funneling everything to the other battlefield. That could be interesting. Yeah, we'll see. This card's gonna put in work. Look at this. I got a second one. Great. What a waste of a rare spot. Oh, there's our Baron Pit. Great. There we go. Got it in a different pack. We'll just put that there. Getting back to the Carrion Dredger. This is a good 2-drop. Death Knell, and you get to put a bird. And, you know, we have the one where you're killing a friendly unit without temporary. So, like, these go hand in hand pretty well. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think we're definitely doing so far with the Kha'Zix thing and just going with these cards. This one's an interesting one. So it can't be readied. You move it, and like now it deals with a 6 might unit at these battlefields. You just burn a chaos rune for it. It's an interesting one. I don't know how to evaluate that card. I'm not the evaluating card type. Okay. I feel like it's a decent mechanism. I'm not sure if it's necessarily what we're looking for in this Kha'Zix deck, and constructed, I'd be very curious. I still can't get over this Baron Nashor. I've got an Aurora deck that's going to be very pleased that I pulled that. Oh, speaking of pulled, this is I just wanted to commend myself for opening that pack very nicely. All right, so got that. We got another Sprite token. Hopefully that means I've got some Sprite tech here. So another Towering Paraphant, not bad. Soul Sword, oh, that's aggravating. I would love for that to be with my XP deck there. That's a really good one. Sprite Burst, disappointing. That card's put in a lot of work for me in Limited. Just being able to have 2 ready sprites, and it's a 5 cost for Jin, so that was pretty nice. Another Crescent Guardian, fine. Ultra Soft Poro. Look at that. We're doing the thing. That's great. This card's a really good one. You just leave this on a battlefield, and then it's just there to defend, and then if you're not moving it, so you just exhaust it and get your bird tokens. Oh man, what a day. Another Hunter's Machete, looking good. Mr. Root, okay. Goes to the bottom. Petal Pixie, all right. So that's a good one for Lilia if we ever go that route. This silly card, XP for a red card when there's no red XP units. Okay, Amateur Recital. Still a holding. We're not doing the hold thing. That's not bad. Hey, another Jin. Diana's not bad though. Man, well, we're not doing the Jin thing, I don't think. I think we've got good stuff for XP here. Oh man, it would be cool if she could be a chosen legend though. I really liked her. I had in the other iteration of Jin, I ended up pulling one of her, and that was pretty fun. Being able to pay one to predict and see if I get spells to help my Jin. It was pretty good. I gotta say, Jin, overperformer from what I was expecting. Pretty good for him. How is he gonna do in constructed? I can't tell you. All right, we got a Fate Weaver. Hey, Inferno. Man, I would have loved to have this card. Good old ambush. My second one of the Jin build had a lot of ambush tech on it. So that would have been great to have there. I do not like this card. The Walking Roost and giving them a bird. We'll see. We'll see how ours looks. Soul Harvest. There we go. More kill spells. Love that. Concentrate. We're doing the XP thing. It's just going to be tricky though because we're spending XP. So I don't know if we're going to have enough for these. This might not make the cut, unfortunately. This would have been good for Ivern. We do like the Stalking Wolf. Actually, I might play that in this deck because I'm going to produce some birds, it looks like. So I can kill one of those and have him come in. Ha, temporary. Okay, look at our battlefields. Gonna be a lot of blanks. Ooh, a Blighted Battle Axe. Now look at that. I mean, we're a regressive deck. That could be really fun. +4. And we're gonna be doing a bunch of conquering. And then you exhaust them, bring them out. Oh man. And my 4th Jin. Oh my god, and a Thrill of the Hunt. Oh no. Remember what I was saying, how easy it was gonna be to just go into yellow? I pulled one of these in my second pre-rip. I should do it this way. And man, this thing was great. My opponent had blanked my Jin, and then I played Thrill of the Hunt, took Jin out, brought him back to that battlefield so his 4 got to take him out. Oh no. Oh no, we might be going red. There's a lot of good aggressive cards in that. Well, that's fantastic. Also, I'm really looking forward to playing as Rengar. So now that I've got 2 Thrill of the Hunts, oh boy, beware Nexus Knights. A mediocre Rengar player is coming. All right, for the last one. Yeah, see, and now this card put in work for me too, because I had some hidden tech, so then they wouldn't know, like, what is Jin doing with hidden cards? And so then being able to put 2 damage and have a unit on there, can't get countered. My poor Diana opponent wasn't aware of that. It was like, I counter that ability. I'm like, it's a unit, sorry. Frisky Hunter, not bad. Eclipse, I mean, this is a good card otherwise. Sharkling, all right. Another Carrion Dredger. So now it's trying to pull me back. Another Concentrate. Probably not going to make ours. Oof. That's a good one. Star-Crossed. That one put in some work against me. Hated playing against that one. Scryer's Bloom, not bad. Friendship. All right. Okay. That's good for the Ivern decks. Not too bad there. What we got here? Oh, and we got a Rengar. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, we might have to reevaluate our life here. We got a legit Ash. So here's the thing, right? So I pulled this one. Doesn't have a pre-release, so I can use this. Oh man, and a green rune. Sad. Oh boy. This is gonna be interesting. A second Friendship. That's funny, but the foil version. Dusk Rose Lab. So this one would be kind of interesting. At the start of the beginning phase, you may kill a unit you control here to draw 1. I mean, if I'm doing a bunch of the temporary or bird stuff and killing a bird to draw a card, that could be good. Oh man, we've got some work to do here. I want to pause it because I need to think. All right, so I had a little bit of an existential crisis and I needed to figure out what I'm going to do. And it really hurt my heart a lot to not play Rengar and not play the signature spell, but I just looked at the pieces that I had and just wasn't enough red tech, not enough ambush stuff to really warrant it. So I reluctantly am going to go with Kha'Zix. Also, really weird thing, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but like the one that came in the box or with the seeded pack is not as shiny as the one I pulled. Really weird. So I'm going to use the shiny one. So we're going with Kha'Zix. The thing about this deck that I'm not really thrilled about is the lack of a lot of XP credibility here, because I've got a couple. That one, if they die, gets XP. The Scrutinizing Sergeant, when you play me, 1 XP for each friendly unit. I've got stuff where I can create units, so the Ultra Soft Poro, as you can tell, I'm going with orange, purple, and yellow, since you are allowed to have 3 domains, 2 if it's part of your legend, or if you use any signature spells. So for example, if I did use that Thrill of the Hunt signature spell, 2 of my colors would be red and orange. I do have a lot of orange, but and funny enough, the 1 red card that actually gives you XP, which is kind of weird. But so conveniently, I could have done red with Kha'Zix. But here we are. So I figure I'm killing a lot of stuff with the Stalking Wolf. It's going to probably kill a bird, which are produced by the Ultra Soft Poros, or the Death Knells from the 2 Carrion Dredgers that we ended up pulling, being able to play a bird token when it dies. So there are a lot of things that will create those small bird tokens. They die and we can get some kind of benefit, which is why I would run 2 blanks and then probably the Dust Rose Lab, just in case, since this one you can kill a unit to draw 1. So that seemed pretty thematic. And then obviously we have the 2 Kinku Initiates, the Repulse, so that I can counter some spells. As far as gear equipment goes, equipment's pretty strong and limited, so definitely had to go with the XP ones here. This one giving you the +2, these giving you the Hunt. XP is going to be hard to come by in this deck, but I feel like that should be pretty reasonable. Having the whole kill unit, so some control spells here with Isolate. Got the Grim Resolve to gain XP that way. Little Shadow's Call to help draw. Repulse. Probably would play with Kha'Zix as my chosen champion still. Gonna do the Baron Nashor thing. Why wouldn't I? You pull it, you gotta bring him into there. I mean, just imagine having 3 Might Birds. Could be funny. As far as some of the other cards that are sneaking here, so I went with 2 of the Crescent Guardians because I do have a lot of spells. I mean, I think if we're looking at it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not too bad. So I feel like those could get triggered pretty well. We've got the Ash since we pulled it. I mean, that's pretty lucky. The Voracious Gromp to give me a Hunt 3. So overall, not too bad. I think it'll be a little tricky for this deck in particular to get XP. So it would be really hard to trigger the Kha'Zix effect. I think we're going to really have to rely on the Hunter's Machetes if we get those in play, things of that nature. But overall, I think this would be a pretty fun deck to play. And yeah, seems like pulling a Baron Nashor kind of tilted my whole thinking a little bit on this deck, but I think I did all right. So that's how I would have built the deck, but how would you have put it together based off of those cards? And if you've been to any Unleashed pre-Rift events, how have they been going for you? Have you been enjoying the format so far? What kind of decks have you built and what kind of results have you seen? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to see how these things have been going for everybody and if they've been enjoying it as much as I have. But until next time, thanks for watching.